What's going on, crypto fam? Welcome back to the channel. All right, I'm ecstatic, I'm happy, I'm ready to go on this first crypto review that was requested by you all, right, by the subscribers. I seen a few of you, gave me some awesome suggestions to check out, and I ended up choosing Terareum. All right, I seen a few of you, especially one of my moderators, he told me to check out Terareum. And this is also the project I was talking about that I was salty that I didn't get in early, because if I got in early, I'd probably be rich right now. I'd probably be really rich if I got in early because I actually had the chance. But without further ado, I don't want to waste any more time. I'm gonna hop straight into it. So first off, as you see right here, we want to see if this token and any token that's pretty much in this series, we want to see if it has like a potential to do like 100x or even more. All right, so the main things that we're looking at, right? Look at the big eyes, right? The eyes that look just like mine, the huge eyes. What we're going to take a look at is the audit for the project, the utility, the rug pull proof, the current price, the lock liquidity, the website design, all right, the transparency, and is the team docs. And then we're going to look at the community social media, and then we'll also go a little bit over the recent news and stuff that's been surrounding the project, right? So before we move on, I have to let you all know, I mean, of course, for one, thank you all for tuning in. At the end of the video, we'll pretty much round up the score and see what they get. So pretty much they'll be able to get 1 point per successful trade. And then I also have to let you guys know, all right, I have to let you guys know this is a 100% just legit, honest review video, all right? It's not a paid promotion. It's not a sponsorship. This is a 100% honest review requested by you guys, all right, the subscribers. So without further ado, we're gonna hop straight into their website. First off, their website is Terareum.com. All right, as soon as you come over here, it says Terareum Exchange, TerraExchange.io, and app. So this is pretty much like some of the stuff they have, right? So they have the TerraExchange.io and app, right? They have the TerraPool.app and TerraChain. And then it says Terareum is a centralized cryptocurrency exchange, right? As you see right here, they have this little I'm not sure exactly what to call it, but it pretty much keeps you updated with like different cryptocurrencies and stuff. Similar to, it says powered by CoinMarketCap. So whatever they've done, they've took some type of like plug-in from CoinMarketCap and they put it on their website, so people can pretty much check out certain prices of cryptos without having to go to different websites, which is pretty cool. All right, you see Saitama right here, you see Terareum right here, you see Bitcoin right there. That's pretty cool. They have the white paper, right? But I'm not going to go through the white paper because when I already checked their website out, and they pretty much go over everything that they go over, over in the white paper. The white paper, of course, is just a few more words, a few more paragraphs, but the website itself, they break down what they're pretty much about, right? All right, so this is pretty much where I guess you can see them on Dex Tools, CoinGecko, Nomics, Unicrypt. They're currently working on like a certic audit and everything. We'll get into that. So as soon as you scroll down, this is their token information, right? Their name is Terareum, obviously, and then their symbol, right? Their symbol is Terra, T-E-R-A, and their decimals is 18, and then their contract address. This is their contract address, right? Ending in 84D. This information is important if you're using MetaMask, because if you're using MetaMask, you have to manually put the token information in. You have to put the contract, the token symbol and everything in manually. So you have to this is important if you do that. But if you're using like Coinbase wallet or something like that, then you don't really need to put it put that in there. But it's still a great idea to keep in mind that this is the correct address. I've already seen fake Terareum token addresses that people are trying to use to scam people. So make sure you're using right address. All right, every time you just checking the chart, you buying it, make sure you check the right contract address. So moving down, right, they have something called the Terareum card. All right, it says top up your Terareum card using crypto or fiat. All right, that's pretty awesome. Similar to what I would say like crypto.com, you're able to top up your card with like Crow or whatever type of crypto, and you're able to just use your card. It's just another way of just spending your crypto in an easier way, instead of having to sell your crypto then send it to your bank and yada yada yada. It's just a quicker way of using your crypto and everything. So that's pretty cool. That's already some utility they have. They have their dedicated card, right? That's going to be on their app. And then we scroll down even more. They have the Terareum NFT exchange. All right, it says ERC 721 exchange, as you see right here. Looks pretty clean, right? Looks pretty clean. And then it says you can trade and launch new non-fungible tokens in our marketplace. And then it says buy and sell exclusive digital items and merchandise. All right. And then what else do we have? About us, it says our mission. So this is the Terareum team, right? It says our primary focus, I can't talk. Our primary focus is to provide our users a secured gateway to expand the access of money globally through cryptocurrency. All right. Then it says, yeah, so this is Milton John. It says he's the founder and chief executive officer. It says former Boeing 737 pilot and co-founder at scale. Dr. Ramana Dharmasetti, it says co-founder and CFO. I'm actually familiar with this guy. It's funny at first, like I was like, he looks familiar. I seen him like I would say like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, when he was really like big on Saitama and he was shilling Saitama. I came across his videos on Twitter, and I just love his personality. Like he was making these videos, just, you know, showing like the Saitama billboards and everything. I could tell that he was passionate. You know, he's passionate in certain projects that he gets into. So it was pretty interesting seeing him on this project, you know, as a team member. But yes, it says MBBS, MD, and founder at DVMEC. Then Dr. Willman, he's the senior advisor. Dr. Praveen, senior advisor. So it's a lot of doctors on here, right? It seems like the majority is like a team of doctors, which is awesome, which is cool. It's cool, right? That's the beauty of crypto. Everybody can get in, no matter your background, no matter any of that, right? None of that. Occupation, crypto accepts everybody, right? And then right here, they don't have pictures, but it says Milton John. It says he's the founder and chief executive officer. And then it says Dr. Ramana, co-founder and chief financial officer. Nate Stewart, Sidechain. I'm actually familiar with Sidechain because he was, you know, pretty much representing, you know, Saitama. Not representing Saitama, but he was invested in Saitama, so I've seen a few of his posts on Twitter. And then it says Sarah Ryan, chief people officer. And then a few people down here, right? Of course, you don't see these people right here, but the main team, right? The main team is doxed. But one thing that I do like is you can just click on them and it'll just go straight to their Twitters. Just easy as that. Even if people, okay, it just brought me all the way back here. But yeah, if you click on like their names and stuff, it'll take you to their social medias, which is, I love when it comes to a team being fully doxed and the team being, when it comes to, you know, like contacting them, it's, you know, it's possible, right? It's possible. All right, so moving on. Then it says the roadmap. So this is their roadmap, right? It says we are building a centralized exchange. It says Terareum team believes in a simple ideology. More holders contribute to higher growth. Our marketing team will be working on this specific task throughout phase 1, 2, and 3 by reaching out to all major exchanges. Our goal is to reach 100,000 holders by the end of Q3 of 2022. This branding technique will help us establish a solid foundation in the crypto industry. So this is pretty much their roadmap, right? This pretty much shows what they've already completed, what they're currently working on, and what they're planning on, you know, moving to, you know, in the future. So as it's phase 1, of course, phase 1 is fully completed, right? So you know, they launched Terareum, you know, they launched the website, Twitter account, team doxed, Terareum LLC register. So they're an actual LLC like, you know, company, right? White paper, contract deployments, Twitter Space, right? They have, I guess they do like Twitter Space stuff where you can, like, you know, like maybe have like AMAs or ask questions, or they update people in, like, you know, the Twitter Spaces and stuff. It says ICO pre-sale, so I guess they had a pre-sale round, right? They did have a pre-sale, so keep in mind they did have a pre-sale, so there were people who were able to buy in. I guess there were people who were able to buy in earlier, right? So it wasn't a fair launch then, right? It wasn't a fair launch because when they have like when they have pre-sale, that means it wasn't a fair launch. People were able to actually buy in early, and then, you know, yada yada yada. I'm not sure exactly how they went about like the whole, you know, pre-sale. Did they give the tokens to the people that got in the pre-sale after the launch, or did they give the people the tokens before the fair launch? I'm not sure, but do keep in mind there was a pre-sale. So token launch or Uniswap, CoinGecko listings, all that stuff is completed, right? So phase 2 says CoinMarketCap listing. They've, you know, got that done. Their CertiK audit, right? The CertiK audit, as of right here, obviously it's not completed. I'm going to dive into that some more also, because that's a big thing. Anytime you invest into a cryptocurrency, you definitely want to make sure that the audit is complete, because you want to see what the contract is looking like. You want to see if they renounced the ownership. You want to see how much power they have when it comes to, you know, just certain things, because some developers, if they have enough power, when it comes to like if they own, you know, ownership and yada yada yada, which I understand some companies, they have to own ownership for that token to work, but you have to keep in mind how much power they have to where you know, if one day if they decide to wake up and they want to just, you know, scam people or do a rug pull somehow because they have too much power, then, you know, you got to be careful with that type of stuff. But it says Terareum it says Terapool.app launch that hasn't started. So yeah, that hasn't came out yet. So that their app isn't you know, isn't available yet. Terrarium.io launch, that's not completed yet. So they do plan on having, I believe, like another, I don't know if it's gonna be like an upgraded website or just another website, but yes, that's being worked on. And then what else? It says 1,000+ organic follow Twitter. We'll go over that stuff. Then they plan on advertise in global crypto platforms, listing on top 50 centralized exchanges. That's their goal. And then, you know, 10,000 holder milestone, 50,000 holder milestone, top 5 exchange listings. They do plan on having Google Pay and Apple Pay integration to where people would be able to, you know, buy, you know, their crypto directly, pretty much like how crypto.com is, where you can just go on there and just buy Terareum directly with Google Pay or like a Visa debit card or yada yada yada, or Apple Pay or something like that. Obviously, you know, Terra NFT exchange hasn't came out yet. They do plan on having their own blockchain next year around Q2. Q2 is pretty much between, because Q1 would be you know, January, February, March. So Q2 would be April, May, June, right? January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, April, May, June would be Q2 technically, right? And then what else? Global Terra Expo. They plan on having a global Terrarium Expo, and then they also plan on exploring like the metaverse, but it's no telling when that'll be, right? So that's their roadmap. And then going down here, it says the dynamics. It says taxes are distributed as follows. So this is pretty much like the tokenomics and stuff, right? It says Terareum is an ERC20 token with deflationary dynamics. Deflationary means the token pretty much like there'll be less tokens in circulation. Like they'll pretty much be like tokens being burned, which comes to that whole thing of like supply and demand. When you have a deflationary token, that means you know, whether it's like the burning or redistribution or, you know, transactions where, you know, they send it to the burn wallet, that helps the token grow smaller, which creates more of a demand when it comes to people trying to, you know, buy it, because that pretty much can help the price go up, right? And so it says 9% taxes are applicable during buy or sell of the token. All right, so they have a 9% tax when you buy or sell the token. All right, so pretty much if you buy and sell, that's 18% taxes from you know, from buying and selling. All right, if you just buy, it's 9%. If you just sell, it's 9%. But if you buy and sell, you know, like in the span of 5 minutes or something like that, that's 18%, right? But that's kind of the whole incentive to, like, you know, hold. I notice a lot of tokens, they do that. They'll add, like, you know, certain like taxes and stuff to help either, you know, contribute to the project, and, you know, for people who want to get more rewards for holding. And, you know, like it says right here, we'll just dive into it. It says 3% burn. Excuse me. It says Terareum is a deflationary ERC20 token designed to burn 3% every transaction. These tokens are sent to a black hole address, which is a dead wallet, by default during every transaction. Then it says progressively reducing the total amount of Terareum in circulation. Then it says 3% rewards. Terareum provides a great source of passive income to its investors. And then it says investors receive 3% rewards on every transaction for holding Terareum token in their wallet. Sit back and watch your balance grow automatically. Then it says 3% marketing. Marketing and developmental are the backbone of every token. The department receives 3% of every transaction that will be used to funding advertisements, liquidity for exchanges, to supply resources required for the development and blockchain team. So of course, like I said, the taxes go towards the burn, the rewards, and the marketing, right? Now, when it comes to the liquidity, right? So liquidity is 75% locked. It says 51% of tokens will be burned, and the deflationary feature included in the token will burn more tokens every transaction. Liquidity will be locked on Uniswap for 1 year. So they have some liquidity that's locked for 1 year, and I'm also going to show you that on the next page. And then this is like the tokenomics that they have so far. So when they first started off, right, they had a total supply of million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, a total supply of 100 quadrillion tokens, right? They burned, you know, 50% of that, right? They burned 50 quadrillion. They have it's 15 quadrillion in the liquidity pool. There was 10 quadrillion that went directly to the pre-sale. So keep in mind, there was a lot of people who got in on the pre-sale who probably bought these tokens for super cheap, right? That's why me personally, I'm not a big fan of pre-sale tokens, because it's just the fact that some people can get in, you never know when it comes to the development team. You never know if the development team have like some backup wallets or some extra wallets they gave to their family members, their dog, their neighbor, their mailman. That's why me personally, I'm not a big fan of pre-sales, but you know, I understand, you know, why, you know, they do it sometimes. So yeah, so then there's 5 quadrillion went to a private airdrop, all right, which I'm thinking like private airdrop. What exactly did they, what airdrop are they talking about? Because keep in mind, I've heard about this project like early on before it even got released, but I've only dived into it recently when you guys requested me to. So yeah, then it says marketing and development, 9 quadrillion, reserve 8.5 quadrillion, and then Terareum LLC 2.5 quadrillion. So this is, it says importance, says the Terareum LLC, which is like, you know, the team. It says the 2.5 quadrillion team tokens have been vested for a period of over 1 year at team by TrustSwap, and we're gonna go to that also. And then it says, how can we help you? You can, if you want to message them somehow, you leave a name, email, leave a message, and then you scroll down even further. This is pretty much just more information of just how to contact them email wise. You know, load some right here. Then yeah, so moving on now. So the locked liquidity, right, which is if you go right here, when you click on the Terareum LLC invested, you'll come here and it shows you that they have, like they said, right, like they said, you know, being transparent, they have 2.5 quadrillion tokens locked right now. As you see, it says locked. It says invalid date. It says this liquidity will unlock, right? These tokens for the team will unlock next year on February 19th. And then when you look on the right side, it says unlock countdown 353 days, 5 hours, 15 minutes, and 20 seconds, right? So once this lock, well, for one, they'll either, what I noticed with some like teams, like crypto projects, teams and stuff, they'll either give, you know, their community a heads up that, you know, the liquidity is going to unlock soon, and they're gonna either lock it again, or they're gonna just leave it like they're gonna let it unlock and then take some of that out of there to put towards marketing or yada yada yada, or, you know, just other stuff as far as making the project grow, or other things as far as paying to get on certain exchanges or whatever. So you know, a year from now, people, you know, whoever is still in this project will have to ask that question, you know, before, you know, just letting it just lock, you know, just like waiting until it get there to unlock, and then it's kind of like, because there's some teams that'll just let it unlock, and then they'll just take the remaining tokens out, and then they're just done for. And also, right, for those who are probably wondering how much like money this is worth, when I looked it up, right, I did the math. Well, I pretty much went to Uniswap and I put 2.5 quadrillion tokens into you know, Uniswap to see how much these tokens would be worth as of right now, and it said it was around $5 million. All right, of course, you're not counting the tax and everything. So as of right now, the team has about around 5 million, you know, 4.5 to $5 million worth of Terareum locked up in liquidity right now. All right, and then moving on right here, this is their Certic audits. As you see, it says Terareum audit is in progress, currently at 79%. All right, they checked off the project schedule, they checked off the audit ongoing, and it's currently on project reviewing. All right, so there's no telling how much longer it would take. You know, different projects have different, you know, complete times. It can be, you know, a few days from now that it's completed, or it can be a few months from now that is completed. You know, it's really no telling. I feel like that's why it's good to, you know, follow the you know, the team on social media, Twitter, Telegram, to you know, pretty much just look out for updates and everything, or at least check out videos of YouTubers who cover this, who may give you an update to where this, you know, audited stuff is completed. The audit is important because that's when we can see like the certain you know, things, you know, like either errors or just certain like suspicious things that they haven't fixed in the contract and everything. So yeah. And then moving on right here, just going by some of the like recent news that I've seen. They were recently just listed on this exchange called CoinTiger. This is CoinTiger new listing. Terra slash USDT will be available on CoinTiger. I believe that was on March 1st. So They just got listed on that exchange. They're also their next exchange that they're going to be getting listed on is Bitmart, right? Next exchange is going to be getting listed on is Bitmart. But of course, Bitmart, be careful buying tokens or just using Bitmart in general, because Bitmart was a victim of like hackers not too long ago, right? A few months ago, they were hacked, and a lot of people got their tokens stolen from Bitmart. And to be honest, I haven't even gotten really a solid update as far as them like returning people's tokens. So as far as them getting listed on Bitmart, I feel like that's, you know, of course any exchange listing is a plus, but just be careful using Bitmart. All right, be careful using any exchange. But yeah, and then moving over here, right, going to the price, right, looking at Terra, currently the price is currently at 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 zeros 2 1. All right, let me see right here. When we zoom out, one thing I've noticed is they haven't gone down, like, which is kind of weird. Like, yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, they, of course, like, you know, they launched on February 21st, right? They went up, right, shot up. You know, a few people sold. You know, obviously, let me zoom in a little bit more. A few people sold, right? It went kind of, you know, neutral, and then it started, you know, growing up. You know, a few more people sold, started going up. You know, a little bit more people sold. Then they kind of just started going more like neutral, you know, consolidating. And ever since then, like, it just stayed here. Like, it's really just staying here. Like, I don't know if it's, you know, because of going back to the whole taxes thing. I feel like, you know, the whole taxes, sometimes that does give the incentive of people to, like, you know, want to hold longer because they don't want to get taxed for selling, or just the fact of like it's so new that people want to, you know, have like, you know, people want to give it a chance to grow and get listed on exchanges and have more people covering everything. So maybe that's not why. Maybe that's why people aren't, you know, selling as much. But even when we come down here, there's not too many sales. Like over here, you see like, you know, a few more. But for the fact that it's like doing this well, it's doing pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it's doing pretty good. Just, you know, looking by this, it's doing pretty good. It's currently up 3% on the past 24 hours. I also seen, oh yeah, this is the RD Price. He's like the marketing, he's the head of social marketing for Terareum. He says surprise, Bitmart announces Terra listing on March 9th, right? And then he said 2 exchange listings in less than 2 weeks. He says keep an eye out for another surprise soon. I did see somewhere they said Friday they should be having some like some good news coming Friday. Yeah, here we go right here, right? This guy right here, who is actually the he's the chief executive officer for Terareum, right? He even said right here, he said, hello morning team. He said hashtag Terareum, a lot of paperwork, signing and verification process happening behind the scenes. We will have an AMA very soon. He said watch out for Friday, great news incoming. So it seemed like you know, they have a good amount of people who are just, you know, holding. From what I can tell as far as the community, I'll even go over like the Twitter followers and everything. As of right now, they have 5,387 followers on Twitter. As far as their Telegram, they have 2,000. Yeah, they have 2,237 members in their Telegram. They do have a YouTube channel. Their YouTube channel only has 67 subscribers. So, I mean, I'm assuming they just haven't, you know, gone to that route as far as, you know, working on the YouTube channel. They're so new, so I'm assuming they're just focusing on so much other stuff right now. But overall, I feel like this is a pretty good project. Overall. So first, we're gonna go over everything, and then I'm gonna break down, you know, why it's a 6 out of 8 and why I feel like this 6 out of 8 can go even higher, right? So first off, the reason why I scored it at 6 out of 8 is because you know, the utility, we checked out the utility. As far as the utility, they have the Terra app, right? They have the Terra chain coming sometime next year. They have the Terareum card, right? They have the NFT exchange, the TerraPool.app to come out. And then as far as the website and design, I feel like personally, you know, come to the website, I feel like it's a clean design. I feel like they have a very clean like website. Personally, I love the lime green like logo, and just like the lime green like certain text that they have on the website. I personally like that. They use a 4-leaf clover emoji to kind of like, you know, represent their token and everything. Let me see if we can show you an example. See right here, like they use like the little 4-leaf clover to represent, pretty much similar to how like, you know, Sheeb uses a dog or Saitama uses a wolf. They use like the 4-leaf clover. I like that. That's cool. As far as, yeah, and then they have like Terareum.io, which is, you know, currently being worked on, which I feel like that'll probably, you know, be like the upgrade of their website, right? So their website could probably be even cleaner, or just, I don't know, maybe faster, or maybe something added on in the future. So I got, you know, I gave a point to, you know, for the utility. I gave a point for the website and design. As far as the docs team, they have a docs team. They have it to where you can contact any team member on Twitter. So I gave a point for that. They have, you know, locked liquidity. They have 2.5 quadrillion tokens locked for 353 days, right? They have 2.5 quadrillion Terareum, which is around $5 million that's currently locked. So they do have locked liquidity. All right, that's another point. But as far as the audit, right? As far as the audit, we've seen that the audit is only at 79%, so it's not completed. So I didn't give a point for that, which is saying, like, which is not saying like it's not saying that's bad. It's just saying that's it's something that's currently you're going to have to wait on, right? You're going to have to currently wait on, or either be careful of investing into it now, because you don't even know what problems they have with their contract and everything, right? And then right here where it says rug pull proof, I said their asserted audit is not complete, and I'm not sure if they, you know, either announce ownership, or if they do have ownership, what type of, you know, securities and what type of like measurements do they have to where people can make sure that they can't just scam people with them having too much power. So I deducted a point from that, from these two. And then also over here, you know, reviewing the current price, you know, the price being where it's at right now, being up 3% today. The fact that it wasn't no crazy drops is actually pretty, you know, it's pretty neutral now. It's still like really high. If we go back over here, it's still pretty high. It's really super close to its all-time high. I feel like, you know, the price is pretty nice. As far as the market cap is currently at a $107.1 million market cap, which is pretty nice. I feel like it's not too high. I feel like it's still pretty low to where if people can invest into and still, you know, see a 5x, 10x, you know, 20x, like 50x. It really depends, right? It really depends. If they were to do a 100x, that would be them going to a $10 billion market cap, which is possible. Like we just seen, Saitama hit a close to a $10 billion market cap at its all-time high. We've seen Sheeb pass it, we've seen Doge pass it. So it's, you know, it's very possible for this token to do it, especially when it has actual utility and stuff for it, right? And then over here, last but not least, the community and social media. We checked out the Twitter. They have a lot of Twitter followers. They have a lot of you know, active, from what I've seen, Telegram members. But their YouTube, of course, their YouTube hasn't, you know, sparked off. They only have like one video on the YouTube video, but hopefully in the future they do start, you know, working on the YouTube video. But at the same time, I still gave a point for their social medias, because the main thing I like to do is check out their social media. I like to check out and see if, like, you know, their socials is actually active. I hate when I see people have like 20,000 followers, but they only have like 3 people retweeting and 3 people liking. It screams. It's that when I see that type of stuff screams in my ear like they just bought followers. But as you see right here, 240 likes, 250 likes, 100 likes, like it's active, right? It's active. So I give a point for that. So overall, that's why I gave it at 6 out of 8. But I will say that once the audit, you know, comes out for Terareum, if they have like, you know, like a 90%, 95%, obviously the higher percentage of their audit being, you know, being solid and everything, being completed and secured, obviously they can get, you know, either 1 or 2 more points, right? Based off of, you know, just what to expect from the contract. The contract doesn't look shady. If it looks solid, then I would say, hey, you know, it could be, you know, an 8 out of 8, right, or a 7 out of 8. But overall, I feel like this is a solid project. I definitely feel like this is a solid project. I definitely would say that this project has 100x potential if everything, from what I've seen right now, is, you know, staying the same and you know, just getting better overall, and, you know, in the future. But yeah, very solid project. I might even invest in it to be honest. But yes, other than that, let me know what you all think about Terareum. All right, this is the first token that I reviewed when it comes to the whole, you know, 100x potential crypto reviews. Of course, the next video I'm gonna try to be more just, you know, more fluent, more solid, more straightforward. This is just the first video, so, you know, don't grill me too much. All right, I try my best. All right, I try my best. But other than that, let me know what other cryptos should we review next. All right. And I'll, you know, I'll put my hand in the cookie. I'll put my hand in the jar, not a cookie jar. I'll put my hand in the jar, and I'll just, you know, pull out a name, and then we'll go on about that. But yeah, other than that, thank y'all for tuning in. Help a brother out. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications if you haven't already. Hit me up on Twitter. My Twitter account is @Canoob77. I will follow you right back if you follow me. All right. And yeah, other than that, I'll catch y'all soon. Peace.